Hello everyone, this is Beyond China. Today we'll talk about a story that's shaking the tech world. The mysterious return of Jack Ma and his ambition to restore the Alibaba empire. After nearly 5 years in hiding, the man once dubbed the Steve Jobs of China is quietly returning to run the company he founded. Is this the final move to save Alibaba from decline? Or is it a risky step that could make everything worse? Stay with Beyond China to explore this story.
Before talking about his return, we need to understand why Jack Ma disappeared from the spotlight. It all started at the end of 2020 when Jack Ma gave a shocking speech at the Bund Finance Conference in Shanghai. He criticized China's traditional financial system as backward and compared banks to pawn shops. The consequences? Just days later, Ant Group's IPO, Jack Ma's beloved fintech company, was suddenly suspended. This was supposed to be the world's largest IPO, worth $37 billion. From then on, Jack Ma seemed to vanish into thin air. He rarely appeared publicly, no longer gave bold speeches, and gradually withdrew from Alibaba's operational activities. Meanwhile, Alibaba went through the darkest period in its history. The company lost nearly $700 billion in market value, a horrific number. Employee morale hit rock bottom. Many top talents left the company. Alibaba gradually lost its dominant position in China's e-commerce. What happened next revealed the cruel nature of China's political system. This wasn't just punishment for an individual, but a systematic campaign to suppress an entire economic empire. Alibaba was hit with a record $2.8 billion fine for monopoly abuse, a vague charge that Beijing can apply to any company when needed. Ant Group, once valued at $150 billion, was forced to completely restructure. From a breakthrough fintech company, it had to become exactly what Jack Ma once criticized: a traditional bank following all party regulations. This is the cruel irony of authoritarian power, forcing you to become what you hate most. For the next 4 years, Jack Ma lived like an exiled businessman. He focused on charity and education, politically harmless fields, traveling worldwide from Japan, Europe to Australia, like a billionaire who retired early. But this wasn't voluntary retirement. This was exile wrapped in silk. Jack Ma understood that any move could be interpreted by Beijing as a new threat. Behind the scenes, secret negotiations between Jack Ma's camp and the government continued. The condition? He had to commit not to interfere with Ant Group and keep quiet about financial policies.
But by 2024-2025, the situation changed. China's economy faced serious difficulties. The AI war with the US became increasingly fierce. Beijing realized a painful truth. They needed Jack Ma more than Jack Ma needed them. And then the unthinkable happened.
February 2025, a secret meeting that changed everything. Jack Ma and Chairman Xi Jinping sat face to face after nearly 5 years of enmity. This wasn't a social meeting. This was a negotiation between two powers. One side, the supreme leader of the authoritarian regime. The other, the business genius that China couldn't do without in the global tech war. What made Xi Jinping, the man who once wanted to eliminate Jack Ma, bow his head and beg? The answer? AI and the war with America. China is falling behind in the artificial intelligence race. US sanctions prevent them from accessing advanced chips. Meanwhile, Chinese companies like ByteDance and Tencent all lack breakthrough vision. Beijing realized, without Jack Ma, they cannot beat America in this war. And so, a miracle happened. Jack Ma quietly returned to Alibaba headquarters. No official announcement, no press conference, but his influence was stronger than ever. According to Bloomberg,
This is Jack Ma's deepest intervention in company operations since resigning as chairman in 2019. He regularly requests direct reports on AI projects, showing laser focus on this strategic field. Alibaba employees were as excited as if injected with adrenaline. Company stocks soared 88% in 2025. The market believes the king has returned. But is this really Jack Ma's victory? Or is he just a tool in Beijing's hands to achieve bigger goals?
Jack Ma's return wasn't to play small games. He brought his strategy so bold it could be called reckless: burn money to reclaim the throne. First arrow: AI war against America. Alibaba committed to investing 380 billion yuan, $52 billion, in AI and cloud computing over 3 years. This figure isn't just to restore Alibaba, but to serve Beijing's bigger ambition: defeat America in the tech war. Jack Ma is developing T-head chips and Q-Wen AI models to compete directly with OpenAI and Google. Results? Cloud revenue grew 26% in August, the fastest pace in years. But this isn't just business strategy. This is geopolitical strategy. Jack Ma understands, to survive, he must become China's weapon against America. Second arrow: burn money to beat competitors. 50 billion yuan, $7 billion, was thrown by Jack Ma into the e-commerce war to confront JD.com and Meituan. This is a subsidized-to-death strategy, cutting product prices to levels competitors cannot match. Currently, in food delivery, Alibaba holds 43% market share versus Meituan's 47%. Just reclaiming another 5%, Jack Ma will return to the throne. But this tactic is extremely dangerous. But don't think Jack Ma has won. He's playing an extremely dangerous game with at least 3 deadly risks. First risk: the political trap isn't over. Jack Ma's money-burning strategy could be seen by Beijing as malicious subsidies, violating competition law. If competitors like JD.com or Meituan complain, the government could strike again. And this time, there might be no chance for forgiveness. Jack Ma has died once already. If he makes another mistake, Beijing might decide to replace him with a more obedient chess piece. Second risk: pawn in the big game. Jack Ma might just be a temporary tool. When China becomes strong enough in AI, when tensions with America ease, Beijing could discard him again. This isn't speculation. This is how authoritarian regimes operate. Use when needed, eliminate when no longer needed. Third risk: enemies on all sides. JD.com, Meituan, Pinduoduo all have reasons to hate Jack Ma. They won't sit idle while Alibaba reclaims market share. Worse, these companies might ally against Alibaba, turning the battle into one against many. In that situation, no matter how talented Jack Ma is, victory would be difficult. And the biggest risk? US-China tensions. In the US-China tech war, Jack Ma is becoming a target for both sides. America sees him as a threat. China sees him as a tool. If the situation escalates, Jack Ma could become a hostage in a geopolitical game much bigger than any businessman's ability to control. So, can Jack Ma win this war? The truth is, this is no longer Jack Ma's war. This is China's war against America, and Jack Ma is just a chess piece, albeit an important one. Victory scenario: Alibaba succeeds in AI, helping China catch up to America, reclaims e-commerce market share from competitors. Jack Ma becomes a national hero once again, but the price? Forever becoming a tool of the party. Defeat scenario: money-burning strategy fails, Alibaba exhausted, accused of violating competition law, punished again. Jack Ma disappears once more, possibly permanently, Alibaba becomes a zombie under complete state control. Most likely scenario: Jack Ma will succeed partially, but at the cost of personal freedom. He will become a true state entrepreneur, wealthy, powerful, but never again allowed to challenge the system. This is the essence of China's authoritarian regime. You can be rich, you can be successful, but never forget that everything belongs to the party. This war will determine not just the future of Jack Ma and Alibaba, but also show the path China is taking. Whether a country can succeed in technology while maintaining authoritarian rule. The answer will be written in the coming months, and we, from the outside, can only observe a power struggle whose outcome remains mysterious.
And that is the power struggle between Jack Ma and Beijing, a story with no clear ending. This isn't just the drama of a billionaire. It's the clash between economic freedom and political control, between innovation and regime stability. What do you think? Can Jack Ma win this dangerous game? Or will he forever remain a pawn in the hands of the Communist Party? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy in-depth analysis of China's conflicts and political drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Beyond China will keep bringing you insights you won't find anywhere else. See you in the next video, where we'll uncover even more of China's darkest secrets.